Hey, hello, what's up? Welcome to another video, another episode of the journey towards becoming consistently profitable. And this is the series, the start of first episode, weekly episode, where I will be documenting each week by week the process towards the journey and process towards passing trades, passing evals, the setup, putting the reasoning behind each setup, showing the reasons, explaining, and basically documenting the ups and downs. So in current state, we do have four evals, four evaluations in a prop firm, and the goal is to get funded to pass 2 out of those 4. So the evals that we have two 25k accounts. We have two 25k accounts and two 10k accounts. So the goal is to pass 35k out of 70. In combined, it's everything is 70k accounts. So we want to pass half of it within the span of a month or two, because we're going to be trading very conservative, because reasoning being is because these are basically my last accounts, so I'm not going to go fully aggressive. I do have a risk plan, risking anywhere from 1 to 2%, 3% max, depending on if we're above the starting balance or below in drawdown. So basically, if we get below the starting balance, I risk between 1 to 1.5%, but if we get above the starting balance, I risk anywhere between 1.5 to 4%, 4.5%, because the max daily drawdown is now 5 on each account, and the overall drawdown is 10, minus 10. So minus 5 in daily drawdown, minus 5, and in overall drawdown it's minus 10. So, but when we have our profit in each account, that's when we scale more aggressively. So we might estimating to take 1 to 2 months. So yeah, so this is the first episode. Currently I have been trading the accounts, so they are a little bit in drawdown. So, but we're just gonna start and go with them as normal. So they will have one 25k account that's in I have one 25k account that's in minus 5%, one 25k account that's minus 2. I have one 10k account that's minus 6, and I have one 10k account that's minus 1.5. So I've been trading them, so I don't combine all the accounts into one singular setup. I diversify the risk on different setups. So yeah, but let's start and go through the setups for the week and what we are aiming for to take. Also, I have been backtesting my strategy in FX replay, and I've actually gotten like really good results. So I got a 75% win rate and backtested 200 trades, 75% win rate in 200 trades, positive risk to reward. My risk to reward was like 1.25, and the profit factory was 4.4, something like that. So I am now doing the eval, and whilst knowing that my strategy that I'm doing, that I've now basically is a strategy that how can you say, created by myself, but throughout experience and logic and all that. So in which I will go more in depth into a future video. But just saying that my strategy that I'm doing now, the results, the evals, going into the evals are based on my data and stats on my backtesting, which is showing profitability in 75% win rate out of 200 trades. So yeah, let's get it popping. Let's start looking at the week. Today is the 10th of March 2025 here. These are the pairs for the week, as we can see here. And move my camera a little bit down. This is this is the pairs for the week that I've analyzed, and just waiting for some setups. Going through the first one that I've entered, which is NCDGPY, currently in profit. I'm aiming for a 1 to 2, and let's say this is on a 25k account that's currently in -2 in drawdown. So this will make us basically break even on the account if we get our full TP. So waiting for this to hit this here. So we can see price on the weekly is bullish, and with Ryzen up very high and engulfing. So according to the fib, reason why I took this is because weekly was here expensive. They sold the price, came on here on a more resistance and got a discount. They bought price up here on the weekly. Yeah, they bought price up here. We can see how price has reacted very strongly from the discounted price on the weekly. So coming from the weekly afterwards, we do see daily here also been rising up, breaking this high, made in high. This is the high, this is the low. So you can see also price got here, discounted, took here some liquidity, rose up, retraced, topped up, and then showing signs. And now we've reacted with a very aggressive bullish strength candle in this one. So we've retraced down to this side. Now we're going up, and then here on the 4 hour, price has made here, went bullish, went out to low lows, bearish, and then broke this low very aggressively with displacement. Now we're bullish, and then waited for a discount, in which we came in to came down here, took some internal liquidity, and then I was waiting for an alignment in the 1 hour, in which we got a chain of character. So we retraced, tapped up, and then went on, took an entry. Had my stop loss below this low, not here because this was an Asia low, and if I would have had my stop loss like this, it's in a way, yes, it did not have not taken the low yet, but it's still risky because, as we can see here, going down to the 1 hour, we have taken liquidity here, but still we have the Asia low here, and then making a chain of character. This is a very liquid area, so who knows if they would have wanted the small money, just wanted more liquidity, they would have made this a grab before going. So I didn't want to have it that tight, so I was like, right, let me just have it on my spot, you know. So like, yeah, so now having it on this low, this liquidity here. Yeah, I'm having it on the low. See, we took this liquidity, which is London liquidity, took by London liquidity, and then boom, came down, retested, and entered on this engulfing here on the overlap, London, New York, entered on this candle here. So now waiting for a 1 to 2, and price is currently on its way towards it. So to show the position that's active right now, it's this 25k account. So that's it. So we're waiting for this to ATP, and then I have a Euro GPY that I took, got stopped out, and was majorly because of, after going through the trade, noticed that I went a little bit too early because of the weekly. We can see weekly here has gone bearish, high and high, it's high and low, high and high. We've broken this low. When I use displacement, this is the high, now this is the low on the weekly. We came up, price rose up, and according to the fib, we went here. It was a discount premium in which they sold. Retraced internally, I sold here. So if we go into the daily, we can see, going into the daily here, we can see this is the high, this is along the daily, also aligned as the weekly is showing also. So this is premium we got here, sold premium, went down, and then retraced back up. I sold here, but now we're not selling in premium. I'm selling here in discount, which is wrong. You can see buyers are stepping in because it's in discount, not premium. So that was my fault in a way. I went a little bit too early. We should sell up here or up here or up here, not sell. We don't sell discount. We only sell in premium. We only buy in discount. Sell cheap, because discount basically stands for is cheap. Premium it stands for being expensive. So I want to buy when price is cheap. We want to sell when price is expensive. So yeah. So we can see here the candles here very aggressive. We can see here where the candles are very aggressive. Going into the 4 hour. Came in here. The 4 hour. This is the low and high. This is the low and low. So 4 hour also. This is premium. All this area here. Basically all this area here. All this area here is premium. Why? Because we're below the 50%. Above the 50% here is premium. Below the 50% is discount, not premium. Below here is discount. Above here is premium. We sold in discount, which is wrong. Therefore buyers stepped in and took me out. I'm supposed to sell here. This is the most correct way to do it. We don't sell in discount, only sell in premium. We buy in discount. So therefore I went out. What happens? Well, secondly, we have GBP and CD. Waiting for retracement, hasn't been traced. You can see hasn't been traced to the downside. On the weekly, we're bearish. High, low, low and low, low and high. Broke this low. Here, this is the low, this is the high, and we are in discount. Weekly is in discount. Weekly is cheap. See engulfing. Buy. Daily. We're also taking some liquidity in here, so which also is a good sign of a reversal to the upside. See, bullish, very much engulfings. Daily, and daily also is bearish. This is the high and high. This is the swing low. This is the swing high. And daily is bullish, bearish. I mean, so wanna buy the daily. And let's see here. We have the 4 hour, yeah, high and high, high and low. Now broken this high, made this low. This is the low. This is the high in the 4 hour. So I'm looking to buy price upwards to enter this target here. So we retested very aggressively here. So now basically I was waiting for the 15 minutes to found a lower time frame zone. Wanted 15 minutes to price to take this liquidity here, which we have taken. In which we've taken this low and low and high. Price has made a change of character now. I don't know if I want to. 1 hour is bearish now. We've broken below this low. It's not a sweep. The body has closed below the low. I don't know if I'm going to take this. We're bearish. This is Asia low. London came, took the low Asia. It could still go London. New York could. This is like Asia manipulation, distribution in New York. New York could distribute price to the upside. But I don't want to take risky trades now. I don't want to take quality high setup because now I'm in drawdown on the accounts. So yeah. So this liquidity down here in Asia now has been taken. So in order for us to see price to go bullish, I think we might want to see price to break this high. But I don't think I'm going to be taking this trade now, because 1 hour has been going bearish. So I think I'm just gonna not take this. If it had closed, taking the low here with a wick, then yes, but the body has closed, and this is not a very strong sign after the sweep with the grab. So I don't know if I'm going to take this. We'll see. In fact, this huge candle also, I don't think, but we'll see. We have Euro NCD that we're waiting for currently to break and retest above this area, taking liquidity, waiting for it to break and retest above here. GBP USD, waiting for GBP to expand a little bit and then retrace on the 4 hour into a discounted level for us to then buy and aim here, for us to buy and aim up here. And then the Euro USD, we have also here. This is a setup that I'm waiting for to look something like this, to expand now 4 hour, because we're under the EMA, so we need to break to be above the EMA, retest, then expand. We have a stop under here. So the daily has shown significant rejections here on the daily, so which indicates very strong demand. So therefore wanna look to buy. I want price to just expand now a little bit like this, go up here a little bit and then retrace, and then here we buy to the upside. So these are the current ones that are on the rolling, on the move. So the rest are basically just waiting for them to form a little bit, and yeah, but they're not fully ready. So we'll get back when it's time to see what's up with the markets. So see you soon. Let's see, price is currently on the move. NZD GPY first, it's now making its retracement, and this is the 4 hour low. Now it's the high, we've broken above this high, so now it's a high. This now here is the lower low, this is the high and high, so now we're retracing. So hoping for price to be doing something like this and keep on going up, respecting this low. So this is NCD GPY, so I trailed NCD GPY, my stop loss to break even. So this is now basically risk free. And then we have USD CHF that I have taken an entry on. So this now is currently expanding, so I think if it doesn't hit now, it might retrace a little bit and then it will finally hit. So this also, I've traded I've taken a partial on a 1-to-1 here, and partial on a 1-to-1. So this is now risk free. I took 50% off, so now I'm risk free on this trade. So just gonna be waiting to see. I think prices might do some like this, come down and then go up, something like this. So this is one of two setups. The green ones here are the ones that are basically in current execution, and the ones that are either blue, yellow or red are on the makings basically, but we haven't taken an entry, but we're waiting for extra confirmations to enter. So we had this GBP NZD that has very high potential in, has flown to my target area, the retracement phase, and now we're breaking. I was waiting for price to do some retracement, now it has flown up to take profit. I was waiting for some 1 hour went bearish in my eyes, took so many liquidity spots, but the 1 hour went here high and high, low, high and high, then it made a low and low. So I was quite unsure if if this was a low. I was unsure if this was a low or not, so I was waiting to see. So I didn't want to second guess. Took the safe route. I said I'm just going to be waiting for price to break here, retest and go and do this. But now we just have flown up, so I don't know now. So or either I was waiting for here liquidity and then it changes, and then we would have taken some like this. I must have not like this, something like this. Well, would have been TP now. So yeah, but didn't do my entry. We were disciplined and we stayed true to ourselves. So we'll see what price will do in a while. The week is finally ended. We've actually ended the week being profitable. So the week we took 2 trades, where one of them were a W full TP 1 to 2, and the other one was a unfortunately break even.
What? Plug.
Discipline actions and everything went on point. So we're gonna go through them in details, why we took them, the reason behind everything, and see what's up on the upcoming week's plans and how we're going to be executing in order for us to pass the first phase. So let's get it through. We only got 2 setups for the week. This was the first one, the first trade that I actually thought was the most highest probability setup of the week, and I was quite sure that it was going to go full TP, but as you can see, it slightly almost touched our TP, but majorly directly rejected our area target. So reason of us taking the trade was because we were in a premium earlier here in the discount premium zone. So price sold heavily and got a discount on the weekly, where I was about interested to look for a buy setup. We retraced and it was where I entered, and we also reached a weekly resistance above here and retraced to a weekly support discount at the support level. So this was when I went into the daily time frame and identified first market structure and saw that we were bearish. This is the high, this is the low, this is the high and high. So we were bullish on the daily time frame, and from here now I was waiting for that retracement, and price retraced here, took some internal liquidity, and it was where I was interested to buy. So also, and this went in then to the daily, so at the fib that we were coming down, we got a discount, broke out, and found a key level here on the daily, and we retraced to the daily here, and priced, retested, and made some rejections. So this was where I was interested, in line with the moving averages, price being above the moving averages, which means it's using it as a support, which was an extra confluence. So I went into the 4 hour and saw that price here went from bearish to bullish. We made a change of character here in the 4 hour. So I took the fib again, went into the Fibonacci and saw that we were premium, waited for that discount. We got a discount, price tapped on our 4 hour key level here also, as you can see, 4 hour key level here. So I was taking this as all in one. I was using mostly the daily key level as the most reference. So price came in, retested here, and yeah, if we now just take it like this, and price retested, made its rejections. So for me, I have different structural market phases. I have different kind of models that I trade, market models that I trade. I frame them based on time frame alignments. So in this case, we were daily. I was expecting an expansion from the daily, which I call expansion phase, which is when 4 hour retraces, it gets its discount, and then we look to buy for a expansion, which means basically impulse. So in a daily impulse, we need 4 hour and 1 hour alignment. So here we had 4 hour alignment. We have 4 hour alignment retracing, going into the 1 hour. We took some liquidity here that was London liquidity. You can see it's a very liquid candle here. So New York took it. Hours later, we made a market shift. So now we were aligned in the 1 hour, sorry. So waiting for this price to make its discount. Also in the 1 hour, we came in, made a discount here exactly. We can see here that price retraced it, came down, and then this was where I made my entry on New York session. Then the New York London overlap here. I made my entry here, right here. This candle here, boom. So we made a discount, boom. So I put my stop loss below the wick, the sweep, and then aim for almost a 1 to 2. So, and we see here price slightly just almost took TP, but did not take the TP and went down. But according to my model, how I trade is I trade my stop loss to break even, So based on market structure. So now based on the 4-hour structure, we made an high and high. This became now the high low from this. Low, high, low, and then price made this high and high. So now this is the low. So because of the low, high and low being above our entry, I took my stop loss to break even. Because why? It shows that price, if we're supposed to keep on supposing to rising, price should respect this low, in which it did not. It just break through, and now it's making its reversal. So therefore, before it even broke this low, we were about this area already, around here. Price was about around here. I took my stop loss to break even, and then I was basically risking the trade, and then from nowhere, trade did just in Friday go through, and now it's making its reversal. So I got a break even on the trade, and it is what it is. The next one, we have USD Got a full TP on this one, straight to TP. Amazing. So going to the weekly, the reason I took this trade was I saw huge potential to the upside, mainly because of weekly. This is the weekly low and high. Now here's the low and low, so which means we are in discount. So according to the Fibonacci, price is inexpensive. So we can see here price is inexpensive in the discount area. And as an extra confluence, also so in notes here, we took some liquidity, previous liquidity here, that had been here since 2011, but price took it, which, momentum started to drop and indicates now buyers being so interested in buying price. So yeah, so I went into the daily. Here. You see that also for our daily being bearish. So also here it's discounted. So we were in discount. Price rose up, came down. I was looking for signals to buy. So price was discount. So this is basically now, as me being an interest swing trader, so I buy the retracement in daily. So basically daily is now retracing. It's retracing into its key level here. So I buy this retracement, which I call retracement phase. It's when the 4-hour and 1 hour is going now bullish, whilst the daily is being bearish. 4 hours retracing, which means 4 hour and 1 hour is going bullish. I call it a retracement phase because daily is retracing. When daily goes up and then comes to its key level and it's time to expand, I call it expansion. But yeah, here price is we went high low, we broke this high, retraced. Fibonacci, we made a discount here. So we came on down to below the 50%. I had a key level here. Price came down and touched it. So this was 4 hour being aligned. Now I looked into the 1 hour, which has to be aligned also, which when it came down, it did not be in line. I waited for channel character, which it made, and then for this one. But marks on liquidity, which was an Asia liquidity taken by London. So went into the 15 minutes. I go into the 15 minutes on retracement phases, marked my low and high, and saw my key level here, my support level here in the golden zone. So price came down, tapped up, made some reactions, and then I went into the 30 minute, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then I made my entry around there, this engulfing explosive candle. So I put my stop loss. My rule is always to put my stop loss 10 pips below. So because here is 31 pips, price is here now 31 pips. I put it minimum 10 pips below with breathing room, which is because I want always to have breathing room. I don't want it to be too tight. I don't want that because me as a swing trader, interest swing trader, price might take time to go to its point, take some more liquidity. If I have it too tight, I don't want to be that guy that gets swept out and then price goes to my TP. So instead of being greedy, I'm being logical. So yeah, so price rose up, smashed TP, and I also in this one I took put my took a partial 1-to-1. I take a partial always on a 1-to-1, but which I have decided on evals. I'm not going to be taking partials on evals, only on funded. But from now on, here I took a partial here on a 1-to-1. Around there, this was a 1-to-1. So I took a partial here. So I took 50% off, and then I let the rest go. So basically, I got a 1.5 hour in profit. I risked 1.5% on this trade. So yeah, you can count it 1.5 times some. So this was a, let me see, a 2% profit gain we got on this trade, which is good. My first 10K account right now is a -6. My second is at -5.8. My third first 25k account is almost 1%, and my second 25k account is 2.5%. So we are currently all in profit, but this account, I call it 305 account, and the 902 account was the accounts that we took into execution for the week. This one was the 10k account. So we got this trade. This was the account that got the W, and this was the account that got the break even. So the goals for next week will be making the account to go almost at break even on each account and scaling from there on. So this was the end of the week. Not hectic, not too much. It was quite balanced, and yeah, got a win, got a break even. But I'll take it for the week as positive. But we're currently break even, no drawdown on all accounts. So the goal really is to now for the upcoming week now is to take each account to be at break even almost on each account is the goal. So I have actually here a whiteboard that I've written my plans. Is that to take each account on being minimum break even on the account basically. So yeah, so thank you for being on this week, and next week hope to be more profitable consistently in the week and upcoming weeks, and hope we be going on really hard. So see you on the next video. Peace.
Plug.